too much of a wild card.
For the roam roll against the luoyi, medyo siguro mamaisip ko. Pero ito yung hero na hindi mo talaga mabubuhat and it will be a problem for this Leomord. So I do like the idea of the Roger, but ONiC Philippines, ang pwede nilang gawin dito is to look for another setup dun sa parang medyo fighter dun sa gilid, which kind of means baka yung Teresa dito yung obvious pick para sa ONiC. It's just so stable and dependable, and Giannis as well. He's gonna be there. I have mixed feelings dito sa Roger, pero hindi ko kasi pwedeng kontrahin yung luoyi ni Fritz eh.
Yeah, what if they were cooking something? By the way, super fans, scan the QR code and predict the match winner correctly for a chance to win 1,000 MLBB diamonds. I'm feeling kind of crazy today. Maybe the Falcons is just my right amount of crazy. Wow. I'm going with their draft despite it, being too wild.
And ma-expect natin dito yung Roger na magkakaroon ng mataas na killing potential, especially kasi ang daming stunts eh. And you are also giving ultimates sa Valentina. So yeah, I do agree with you. You know, after thinking about it, siguro nandun ako sa Roger boat here.
Interesting as we enter game number 1 at MPL Arena. Let's loop back the casters.
Where did that come from? What a way to open day 2.
Yeah, we literally stood up from our chairs upon seeing the Roger pick come into play, and even our panelists had mixed reactions. I think towards the end, they were trying to be a bit more convinced about it. But the fact that it's just so surprising, you're not so sure what to feel.
Yeah, I completely agree. When you initially look at the Roger, it doesn't feel like the optimal goal lane pick, but when you look at who's using it, it's Super Marco. You give him a hero that has so much survivability, you know he's gonna carry later on.
Yeah, and that survivability, I think. Oh, hold on, okay. Super Prince with such burst damage early on.
Okay, so it's not like it's just Falcons who's playing with surprises, right?
Nope.
Super Prince, luoyi, possibly the second most prolific luoyi user in the league, second to only the Chef. That could also open up a lot of crazy things. They did this in their battle for third bout against ONiC ID in MSC 2025.
Yeah.
The world's longest tsunami slam. They brought Kyrie back to Manila.
I'm wondering if we see that here, though. I think Falcons in their lineup also have enough response to deal with a surprise diversion play if they are indeed ready for it. Like, there's a final slash from Flap that can potentially counter set, or even just a single spatial migration too.
Yeah, they can actually answer the moment that it lands, but before it happens, they don't have any early warning signs.
Yeah, that too. Okay, there goes King Kong with the Phantom Steed. Ogwen was forced to flicker out of that.
Okay, little baby Patrick had to get on out of there, skedaddle. In the first about minute, Savero had to use the Purify.
Yeah.
What was that?
I mean, that just feels like trying to trying to preempt something. Again, you can't be too aggressive, and you can't give out too many early kills. Kind of understand it. And again, it's all the pressure that the Falcons are giving.
And partly maybe it's been so long since he last had a laning phase against a Roger.
Right.
Whoa.
That you kind of forget how it actually works. That's a clear from Kirk though. Final slash from Flap, but he still finished off the kill on Kyle. That's going to be first blood for ONiC. Phantom Steed 2 for King Kong as he goes for the chase against Ogwen. But that's Brusco and Kirk providing him help. That's a terrify from Haji. Does Ogwen get away? He actually does, and steals away the Phantom Steed himself. He's going to use it to run away now. Flap will be here to help, but the fight keeps going, and they no longer want to continue.
They wasted so much time, but they're only delaying the inevitable. The Super Fam don't give up!
What? Flap doesn't want to stop another final slash. Ogwen and Kyle too for the re-engage. Kyle is finally here, has the retribution still, but Kirk is zoning him out so well, and Ogwen's too low to even fight back.
Now Marco's here. This should trigger the passive. Low members of ONiC, they have regened up to more than half health.
Kyle's low.
Yeah, I can't believe the turtle was actually reset after that. Another Phantom Steed coming in from King Kong. Duality for Flap, and they secured the turtle with a kill.
I don't know what was going on there, but Falcons really did not want to let go of that turtle. Want to keep fighting as well.
And they keep fighting. There goes a setup from Kyle, but he immediately gets away. Ogwen finds a target, but I don't think they have enough to finish this off. That's just ONiC constantly invading Falcons after that objective.
Only in MLBB do you see Patrick mounting Sakura, but regardless, Falcons have overextended. For more than a minute, they were forcing what clearly was not theirs.
That's exactly what I mean.
Yeah.
It is so weird that Falcons are doing this. You see that gold lead? That's just from missing out on minion waves.
Uh-huh.
That was a huge lead built up because you overstayed. You went in one by one by one. What's up with that?
It is something already explicitly mentioned in the keys to victory. Watch out for ONiC's 5-man post objective. And that's exactly what they did. I can't believe they actually kept that going even though there were multiple soft resets on that objective. But here comes a diversion play. Kyle seems to have sensed it. Ogwen now all alone up against 3 members of ONiC.
Uh-oh.
He will be tanky enough to withstand the damage though, but he gets brought back in multiple times, even with the Phantom Steed.
Yeah, there's just not much you can do here at this point. You are completely at disadvantage. Falcons really have to recalibrate. They have to reset their minds here because they feel like maybe they're on top. They're absolutely not. Almost 2,000 for ONiC, and it's only going to grow.
I was about to say the only real silver lining for Falcons was the gold lane, but even Marco's gap. Marco's down by more than half an XP bar, and I don't even know where the gold is right now. 2,000 just off of a few kills and 1 turtle?
Yeah. I completely understand it because Super Marco actually tried to help out on the bottom side of the map. He tried to assist on that first turtle. And I think the damage it did to their economy is just compounding over time.
Okay, himself is down 300.
Yeah.
Not bad, but that doesn't change the fact that Falcons as a whole is bleeding.
Yeah, and more so, I think it's more on the jungle. Kyle is already behind by 1,000 almost. Savero using the Blazing Duet just to get away. Still has a Purified, but the counter sit from Kirk! Flap gets punished right here. King Kong trying to fight back too. But Falcons have already lost one, and that's their EXP laner.
This is just optimal usage of the Tsunami Slam. Use it whenever you can, put pressure, and they're giving it.
Was that a flicker from Kirk as Falcons still try to fight this? Haji nearby. King Kong still wins out the retri battle, but then they find a kill on Brusco. Kirk now must run away, doesn't have the flicker anymore as he gets caught in the spatial migration, in the grab, and that's the trade for Team Falcons.
That's exactly what they wanted to do. Have Haji as Tsunami Slam, and look at that. Just don't want to stop.
They find one more. This isn't a shutdown just yet, but King Kong gets back to safety.
Flap's definitely been doing arm day. With a single final slam, he was able to pull the weight of an undead knight and his horse. But again, this does not change the fact that Falcons are down so much gold. This is about 1,000 spread across the board. Let's look at the items.
Yeah, they're getting started onto their combos, but again, the items will have a lot of catching up to do, especially with Radiant Armor already active on Kirk. That shuts down pretty much a lot of damage, especially from Haji, especially from Kyle and Ogwen.
Yeah, I guess at this point, Falcons just really have to find that combo because Super Marco has his Sky Piercer already. So it's probably them also looking at Super Marco to just be that guy to, even though we're kind of late into the game, just snowball out of his mind and be the real main carry.
Which ain't impossible just yet. Their damage profile is there. If anything, the real challenge is going to be taking down Kirk.
Yeah.
Kirk, when he does scale up to being an unstoppable juggernaut, will be the one to stop those Sky Piercer stacks. But now, there was some sign of hope for all the Falcons. Half of the arena comes alive. Top lane, they tried to force Savero out. Maybe they should keep doing that.
Yeah.
Keep doing it and just make sure that Savero can't pull off anything crazy. Force him maybe into a Winter Crown. Maybe just give him so much pressure that he bows to it instead of being it.
Okay. Turtle spawns in 15 seconds, but as of the moment, it's still ONiC completely in control, especially of the Riverside. Look at the damage they've already dealt towards Haji.
That's a yellow ube.
That's a yellow ube. I love that.
They're just sticking together. What's worse than micro? Just micro en masse.
Yeah, and it's so easy to do, especially have a luoyi on your lineup, right? It's so easy to reposition whenever you want. Ogwen, though, the glue advantage is very apparent here. You can just go in.
Oh!
Can't really do anything else.
And they were able to land that Tsunami Slam on Kyle! And he gets bursted down too! As he's brought close to ONiC. There's the final slash from Flap, but can he withstand the damage of 4 members? He's forced to flicker, but he gets caught in the throne of ruin! Super Prince finishes him off. And as you said, Kirk is unstoppable!
Yeah, that's the Juggernaut effect getting activated on the Alice. We were all calling for the Charisma earlier. He says, you know what, I can do you one better.
Look at this, once again, an instant replay. it really went sideways as soon as ONiC was the one to pull the trigger first. Sure, Kyle got into a good position to hit him all with the Requiem, and then there was a good reactive final slash, but that's the keyword, reactive. This lineup from Falcons would be just so much better if they were the ones teeing up Marco to start cleaning up.
And I want to give them the benefit of the doubt that, you know what, they're just ramping up, they're warming up in the air. I can see Super Marco Jorge has pretty good itemization, so I don't blame... Oh, wait!
Ogwen? They're actually going for him first. Spatial migration lands on one, but they're too tanky. Blazing do it too as a response, but it's not gonna be enough. Ogwen gets taken down, and Kyle barely escapes that too. Now they're on to Flap. Flap will be able to somehow sustain this. There's gonna be Kirk, but they won't go for the kill anymore.
ONiC are just happy to take over the map. Look at it. There's just the tier 2 turrets left, and they're gonna pressure them even more.
Oh my goodness, that's a Purify used for Super Marco. Spatial migration lands, but look at the duality! Super Prince is just not allowing Falcons to go for whatever set they want.
Yeah, Falcons said, I want to make a play. ONiC says, you know what? Try your worst. And they really punish with a triple.
If you're down 5K, even a surprise setup would be a little too much to ask. Super Marco, yes, does have items. He's on his way to his endless battle, but there's literally 0 stats now. Flap falls underneath tier 3. They're in the base.
Unbelievable. A 7K gold lead and them taking down a base turret before their first Lord.
That is just so good. Again, Brusco, excellent targeting on that Kalea. Really stops players like Kyle would go crazy. Even Super Marco has to just keep his distance. It's just good. Like, crowd control here is layered so well. King Kong going in at the right times. And look at this.
Look, it's a conceal. They're
They
going
find
for
it.
Kyle! Spatial migration already used. The duality does not land, but they're going for the dive. Winter Crown forced out. Kirk with the zone. They find the kill. Kirk might just be the trade.
I mean, that was 4 members of Falcons plus a turret. That basically is just math going against Kirk, but I don't think that's even a sigh of relief. That's barely a second of oxygen underwater. ONiC are literally waterboarding Falcons.
It doesn't even feel like a consolation prize. It feels like they're drowning and they're trying to just stay alive, keeping that air in their lungs for as long as possible.
I guess this is where we start to look for the reason as to why they decided to go for the Roger pick. What was the idea behind it? Because we already had somewhat of a theory earlier on, but I think it's just ONiC 2 having so many answers to what Falcons were planning to do all this time. That crowd control, the disrupt from the luoyi, who by the way just used the diversion. But Falcons have somehow sensed that.
It's going to be a pretty prolonged siege here. I don't think there's going to be any immediate danger to Falcons as of yet, unless Kirk does something like this.
That's the immediate danger, but they're not really going to fight it just yet. But Brusco still fights one. It's going to be Flap, has the flicker, will survive, but not until Kirk and King Kong go for the chase. Down one member for Falcons.
Oh, they're hoping that Super Marco just sees all of the low members of ONiC, but none of them are having it. They've already lifestealed and spellbound their way to full health.
Savero's just locking on the turret, still has the Blazing Duet and the Winter Crown as ONiC are forcing the fight, and there you go! The Blazing Duet coming in just the right time. They find Ogwen and Kyle, and there's a legendary kill for King Kong as ONiC put an end to game number 1.
That was an absolute time trial game here for ONiC. Wants to finish.
Masakit at may pangtunaw ka na damage. There's an option of the Lunox sa ngayon. And just, and they will indeed go for the Farsa. Makes a total sense here. Falcons have drafted Renmar, yung pinaka, sabi nating meta na lineup sa atin ngayon. Whereas ONiC going for the Pakita and the Yi Shin makes it so spicy. So pick your poison na lang dito para sa dalawang teams natin.
Yeah, it's a wild card. Paquito doesn't have the win yet, but the Yi Shin of Savero stands undefeated so far this season. Are we finally going to see a loss on that Yi Shin, or is he just going to prove just how good he is with that hero? Real quick, who are you siding with? Just name a team.
No, you just say ONiC. I'll say ONiC dito. Paquito and the Yi Shin looks crafty.
Yeah, I'm running with the ONiC here too. Let's toss you back on over to the casters. Casters, let's go!
6 for 6 is the pressure. Clayton Savero gold laner on that Yi Shin. Now could he go 7 for 7?
Ah, man. You know what? One word that was brought up so much in that panel was reach.
Reach.
I really feel like as spicy as ONiC's lineup is, that reach might just bite them in the behind later on. So I'm looking forward to whether or not they can actually ramp up strong so that they can actually just push through and punch through the defense so that the reach disadvantage doesn't matter.
I get where you're coming from, especially as it was highlighted as early as during the Marcel Juicin pickup. There is little to no hero synergy you could really expect from these two when it comes to the mid lane, but individually, and I think that's something that they kept going through the entirety of their draft, is like individually their heroes are terrifying to look at, especially in terms of the laning. Just look at where Kirk currently is already, and how Savero is. How is Savero actually managing it? I was about to take back what I was saying.
Okay. I think Falcons took that as a clear sign that maybe Marco can start asserting himself.
Okay.
In comes Brusco. Flicker out of nowhere.
Well, just when you thought, you know what, he could actually assert himself, here comes a reminder that, you know what, it's really scary. There's a reason why Marcel is usually first pick in a lot of these games.
It's like a backflip out of nowhere. It's like, hey, nice to meet you. Backflip.
But I guess it won't really be that much of issue for ONiC, especially if they're able to maintain like the amount of pressure they're doing right now, at least.
Hey,
Okay.
Oh my God, Savero!
No! He crumbled under the pressure. We were saying pressure too much.
Did we jinx it?
Not the start you need.
Absolutely not, man. Savero losing it out, and again, giving a small advantage. A Super Marco, one of the statistically really high-placing gold laners in the league, you don't do that.
Hey, you give Super Marco an inch, he'll take a mile. Falcons are pushing the advantage. Look, they're going for the Lord. Oh, rather, Turtle.
Ogwen gets bursted down, no. Uses the flicker. Now it's gonna be Flap as the target. There's the Throne of Ruin, though, as the counter set together with a Fettered Airstrike. King Kong now very low. They're trying to go for the chase. Flap is gonna look for it as much as he can, but he lacks the damage and the follow-up, but he survived! Now it's Falcons taking the objective, and Super Marco finishing off the kill!
Oh my goodness, Falcons are out for revenge there. There's red in their eyes right now. It's so hard to actually fight, especially right now. It feels like ONiC doesn't have to fight uphill for this.
Oh, Kirk cannot get away from this. 3 members of Falcons on him right there.
Okay, this seems to be a contest. In the first game, something very similar happened, but ONiC ended up with like 1,000, 1,500. Now Falcons got almost 3 in the first 3 minutes.
And that's not even like a full-on 1 minute of a fight. They just got it through sheer force, advantage on the objectives and on the jungles.
This was less ONiC making a mistake and Falcons just playing well.
Yeah, they were the ones really forcing out. Even that one flicker that we saw used from, oh, these 2 mid laners are going at it! In the mid lane, Super Frizz will be winning it out, but Haji actually flickers out to safety. Now it's Brusco who might be in danger. Golden Aura will be saving him there. Now Kirk to provide the help. Ogwen looking like he is going to be in a dangerous spot, but the bushes in the region will help him survive yet again.
It's a very nice submarino that we're seeing here. Falcons tagging in, tagging out. Am I watching wrestling here?
Salik Imam needs to be studied. Close call there for Kirk. The machine is oiled up and ready to go. You see how close he was to dying? He was literally picking a fight with a fresh prince.
Oh man, the fresh prince here.
Yeah, look at their heart rates at this point.
Ogwen's just chilling.
He's chilling, he's fine.
He's at 70 heartbeats per minute and he's just running around like, oh, I just need a bush, I just need a bush.
Yeah, but ONiC are feeling it right now. They're just so pressured.
Super
And
Marco.
speaking of the pressure, Savero nearly gets taken out right there once again. Ogwen here to provide some help.
All right, they're just using Super Marco as a trap over and over again here, it feels like it. And now they're going to get a little bit more here, a little bit of an extra on the bottom side of the map.
Turtle number 2 going up to Falcons with very little to contest because that's a stroke of genius. They rope a dope ONiC with just 2 members. That was all Marco and Ogwen.
And everything's happened so fast. Falcons, after that objective, have already secured their first turret in less than 5 minutes as well. It's Falcons just adapting so well to how ONiC have been revealing their rotation so far, wherein you know that Kirk is likely to keep rotating out, and they just took advantage of that time and time again.
Yeah, that's a big adaptation. You're using macro instead, and now it's a switcheroo again, Super Friends.
Oh, that's a Crimson Beacon in, but a response from Flap, not enough to save Haji right there though. Golden R gets dodged by everyone as they get brought back under the turret. Ogwen running away, but they take the kill on Haji, and no, Flap will be able to escape.
Yeah, as I was saying, man, there's a really big switch up here that's being done by Falcons. Pure macro dominance. They know that ONiC wants to brawl. They know that they know they're scrappy, but you know what? Falcons are just trying to use two people, get more advantages cross map, just maybe swap it out. They can do it over and over again here in this game.
Dear Lord, Marco's farming up. He is making bank. He can buy Ram now. He's 1,000 and change up on Savero.
That's saying something.
In the first 5 minutes.
Yeah, Ram in this economy? Come on.
Figure of speech, but literally that's how much money Marco has in the first 5 minutes of the game. He's literally sitting on about 4.3 thousand, while Savero is at 3.4.
Yeah, and ONiC are not really able to convert anything just yet. Falcons are managing the map so well that they are probably also able to just keep these key members in check every single time. Just look at how Falcons are probably aware that King Kong is just really being guarded well here in this purple buff, because they cannot afford to lose out on any more of this farm just to catch up for this next objective.
Yeah, losing out on that farm is going to be so crucial here. Next objective also going to be a bit easier to take, especially if they take out Flap.
Okay, that's a member down for Falcons, but it does not affect their turtle take in any way. They still secure the third objective of this game.
I would say that's a wash. I think it's a fair trade, and ONiC should start taking more of those. Because right now, they're slowing down Falcons' roll. In the game one that we saw that ONiC won, they were twice as high on a gold lead compared to Falcons. So Falcons have kind of slowed down.
Yeah, it really did. I mean, we're holding steady. It means that the pressure just kind of subsided, and now we're pretty much on equal footing. And I think the fact that Savero can just willingly go out of the map and not really receive too much pressure. Again, sorry for the pressure, the P word here for Savero. Again, he can do that over and over. It just means that ONiC still has that farming advantage. They still have the capability.
And it's great that they're starting with those kinds of trades first, because in terms of their cores, they're at least 1,000 behind for both their jungler and their gold. So teamfights might not really favor the super fam as much just yet, not unless they find those isolated plays similar to this one, forcing out that flicker from Ogwen.
Oh,
First go!
Golden hour to nothing. That's a good amount of time Falcons can play with, but the same still stands. They're sitting at about 3,000, 4,000 up, and the map hasn't moved much. Super Marco looking to take care of tier 1 up top.
Yeah, it's pretty good that Falcons just have to remind ONiC that, hey guys, we're kind of 4K behind, or 4K ahead. What are you doing here? Are you trying to cross this river here that we control? Check your map, bro. So I think they're doing a pretty good job in making that happen. And they're also doing a good job just making sure that, you know what, at least no invades, right? Ogwen's up on front. All of these bushes have complete vision on them, so that there's just no opportunities for like any surprises to happen.
Nothing offensive quite yet. And I think that's down to the pick on Savero. The fact that he can self-peel and reveal the map and kind of know, oh, I can farm here, I can farm there. That's what's slowing down Falcons. That's why we're just sitting at 3.5K up.
Yeah. It does feel a bit significant when you look at the junglers, especially with the 2-level gold or the 2-level gap existing between them. But at least ONiC are still somewhat keeping them in check, and Falcons cannot just be too hasty with their decisions to fight against ONiC. It seems as if whenever there is at least one member they find, ONiC have the tools to just really go for them anyway. Just look at the amount of mobility and chase that they can afford to commit onto one person. And speaking of that one person, it might be Super Marco, but he reacts so quick with the flicker.
All right, good control. Ogwen's up on front. He's still threatening here. I feel like Flap can kind of he's just a big question mark here, right? Is Flap gonna go in or not? Like, he's gonna be the main trigger point.
Yeah.
And ONiC can note that there's about a 2-minute window that Marco has no flicker. So they can really pressure him. Nobody's rocking Purifies here, so nothing comes for free.
Oh, you're right. Everyone's actually on flicker. That's interesting. It's an interesting game here.
That's why ONiC are maybe somewhat pushing forward. But there's just so much sustain and front lines too that you have to take care of when it comes to Falcons.
They saw that Kirk is up top. They cannot contest. Falcons go for the throat. They take the first Lord.
Wow.
You know what? Compared to Game 1, this is the biggest non-fight I've ever seen so far today. It feels like they just don't want to give anything. They don't want to do anything on the map. Like giving away Turtle, giving away the first Lord.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Could Kirk actually take out Haji? It seems like if he only had a bit more time, then he could have. One more knockout strike denied by the Falcons!
That's Kyle's first stack. That is a long haul play. That's a Martel type-ish on Falcons right now.
Yo, I gotta just salute Kirk there. You gotta do something. You gotta try something there. Instead of just going down to 4 members of Falcons, you just came out a little bit too short near on the very end.
That was a 3-season arc that Falcons played on. Look, we're taking Lord, we're giving you Kirk. Oh, we're giving you Haji. Psych!
Not really.
Not to mention the first stack on Kyle. So Falcons, despite being stuck at about 3,000, 4,000 up, are still a macro-centric team. They will not allow ONiC to pressure them into playing a different way. Kyle!
Okay, it's gonna be Kyle now as the target. Platinum snap! And now they have enough to take him out. That's what we were talking about. Them, if they find a target, they're definitely gonna run them down.
It's nice that they're showing that they have a lot of kill potential still, right? You can't just roll us over. You can't just go wherever you want. Anyone here can get taken out, even Suyo.
You know what? It looks like ONiC picked up a little bit of something from Aurora yesterday. We're talking about Macrora versus Micronics. How about some Macronics? They're literally moving around the map to feign these fake pickoffs, and then suddenly, oof, the real target was Kyle all along. He got his first stack about a minute ago. Now he's down to half. He's at 30, 70?
Yeah. So that's fine,
No,
right?
6,
Oh!
7. Oh!
Uh-oh, Savero! Fortunately had the flicker to get out of that. Now it's Ogwen who might be in danger, but he's just too quick. He's so hard to chase. That's the Blazing Duet coming in from Super Marco, but he gets knocked up. Now has to go back to the BMI. Whereas Kirk, just look at what Kirk's been doing all along.
Yeah, he's been able to actually just split up very well, and I think that is the primary role of Kirk. I doubt he's going to join these team fights anytime soon, not without like a really big gun, like a Malefic Roar on his side. He can really help with removing Haji, maybe help out removing Kyle, because you know what, you can't really damage Flap. You're not going to do much against Ogwen as well.
Is he... Okay, at this point, he already has the War Axe, Hunter Strike, and the Queen's Wings. Probably gonna go for another...
Just wants more damage,
Malefic Roar, maybe?
Yeah. And again, when you have that Malefic Roar, your tower taking is also just so much better, right? So I think that's what they're trying to do. Buy some time, shove up these lanes on the side. You also want to go down later and take out that turret, maybe while they're doing this Lord, maybe.
And maybe he can afford to really go for the Haji kill later on if that just so happens to be the case, if he already has those items picked up. But Falcons once again, just look at how quick they are to go for the burst on the objective, and now they're gonna quickly transition. That's the Golden R as a response. They're gonna go for Flap and Kyle this time. The Mountain Shocker's done! And now it's Kirk going into the back lines, but the response of the Blazing Duet is a bit too much to handle as well. Super Marco has the BMI, can escape.
2 for 1 kills for ONiC, still the Lord for Falcons.
That looks so good. I mean, the amount of crowd control Falcons had, it felt like Kirk just froze on the spot there. Or maybe that's just what happens when your double jab is out. Like, you use it.
But the damage from ONiC. Take all the crowd control you want, but where did it come from? ONiC ran through Flap.
Oh, and now they're running through Ogwen. Knock up from the Lantern Flare. Not even the better air strike will be enough to stop them there.
Yo.
Those kills! Mountain Shocker still once again from Savero. Finding Super Marco and a turret in mid.
Where is this firepower coming from? I think we got the answer right there, right? Savero's just so crucial in these fights. 5-1-1 right now on the Yisun Shin. They need to answer this. They're going to be able to just repel the Lord Waves and just not even give a damn.
Savero has 4 stacks right now, and he's at 4 full items. He's nowhere near stopping. He's going to continue. At this point, I'd say he's more of a threat than Marco ever was in this game.
That's right. I think what we saw earlier in the jungle skirmish was like crits coming in from the Yisun Shin. Multiple members stunned up, just cannot really get out of reach of the Yisun Shin. Very, very sticky if you look at it.
And it happens every single time you think that Falcons are already in a really good spot to just commit to the fight.
Yeah.
Suddenly picks up that Mountain Shocker and lands it on the best possible target. Multiple times in a row, Super Marco, and earlier Kyle and Flap.
All right, so they kind of know the recipe here. They know what they need to do, right? The big question is whether or not they're going to be able to actually just find another opening like that. Because Falcons, their lead's gone, but they still pack a punch, you know, figuratively.
The map still belongs to Falcons. It's easier for them to still make plays.
Yeah.
But here's what's scary. ONiC can do just the same. They can send Kirk on the opposite lane. They can have Savero run around and then run back. Oh. Flap alone is gone here.
He did not expect this. It's a 5-man rotation from ONiC just to take out the Filipino cannon. And a monster for Savero, plus another kill on Haji. Ogwen in the back lines finding Brusco finally now. But then he might just be in danger too. Fortunately had to flicker out.
All right, that's a 2-for-1. They're doing pretty good damage mitigation here, Falcons. But it feels like ONiC have found their groove. They found that rhythm to get the pressure going.
Oh my God!
Falcons.
Kirk walks into it, sees Kyle and Ogwen, cuts him in half.
Okay, there's no Haji. There's less threat of a burst. Kirk is just... he's so brave with this Paquito right now.
That's right.
Brave is an adjective that doesn't describe the whole thing.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, Ogwen. Immortality popped. No way out of this, not unless, okay, no way to chase him down.
What?
But Kirk had to use the flicker to get out of that. Falcons now going for the re-engage, but it's ONiC who bursts down the Lord this time.
Falcons respecting ONiC's post-fight potential. Again, even before the Lord, ONiC is lethal. And now it's clear it's ONiC time. The yellow half of the arena have gone crazy. What does Falcons do here? Did they just drop the ball completely?
I don't know, it feels like they were forced to drop the ball, honestly. Just how much exertion that ONiC is doing right now, especially this Paquito, man. This Paquito's taking us so much by surprise.
I agree. Like, I do not want to even look at the KDA, the amount of impact Kirk has in this game. Constantly pressuring the sides of Team Falcons, and even the positionings of these members who are just so crucial to how they're about to win it out.
That's what the hater would say. Look at his KDA. But I think that'd be a mistake. Even Falcons shouldn't look at the KDA. They should respect his output.
Yeah. It's just look at him, look at him, look at him.
Look at Kyle, man.
Oh.
Having a hard time getting punched here.
Okay, that's the King Kong finding a kill on Kyle. How did that? Now it's going to be Flap. Nearly bursted down. They take care of the Lord. But that's about it for now. Brusco going in for the dives. They just really want to take out as much base turrets as they can with another wave coming in mid. But even before it arrives, they already complete the job.
This is 4v5.
Yep. Kyle's nowhere to be found. Flying Clouds already utilized. Better airstrike just to clear out the wave. Super Marco. He's starting to feel the damage. Now it's Kirk going in for the fast clear. But Falcons can take care of it.
There's one more minion.
One more minion opens up on front.
Oh, but Falcons find the right opening with that Throne of Ruin from Flap. Now the immortality gets popped. Kirk gets picked off, but the Mountain Shocker still lasts. Now it's Super Marco with a chase. A flicker blazing to it. They're turning things around.
And now Super Frizz gets taken down by Kyle. 2-for-1. Falcons' first winning trade in quite a while.
That was as good of a trade as you can get right now.
Oh my.
ONiC just so close to actually finishing it, honestly. One more death maybe could have been it.
Kind of felt the impatience there. But at the same time,
they can afford it.
Yeah.
It's literally swiping without looking at the price tag.
Yeah.
Brigida, you're familiar?
Oh, hey.
Because the Lord will still be contestable. It's 30 seconds out. Sure, Falcons regains part of the map, but their base is bare. Kirk can just go off the long lane and say, look, if you don't answer me, I will end it now.
Yeah, it's not like they completely lost out on that fight and Falcons were able to get anything more aside from those kills that they were able to find with that counter engage.
Yeah, it's not super too late for them to actually do that again, right? Like, they can still do that play where you send Kirk off on the long lane, especially right now. Most likely on the top side, Kirk and Right kind of pivot very easily towards that. Now, if you're Falcons, what's the answer? Do you try to answer that, or do you just go for like an all-out push? We're gonna have to wait and see, because fight's gonna happen soon.
Yeah. Because even those members from Falcons who are assigned to go for the entry, seems like they're just constantly flushed out by ONiC and the way that they decide to group up right now. But Ogwen coming in from the back lines, plus the stun from Kong forced to use the Phantom Steed already, but you could say the same for Haji. No longer has the better airstrike. And now ONiC are pushing forward yet again, using the Mountain Shocker. And look at where Kirk is.
Look at Kirk!
He's setting up. He's setting up the backdoor play.
Oh! Wait!
You need to react.
Eyes on the
Falcons
prize.
need to react. And it's Kyle who reacts.
They send Kyle, and this gives ONiC all of the incentive to take the Lord down.
Another Phantom Steed, but there's a setup from Flap. Golden R, just to stop them in their tracks. They're looking for Savero, but he has an immortality. Flicker from Haji, but he gets bursted down as well. Now it's Kirk taking care of the backlines and the chase from Brusco. Kyle will make it, but Super Marco falls.
Flap gets his freeze on. They're trying. Down goes Flap. Kyle with retri.
Kyle is all alone, and now they're going for the chase. Picks up an immortality, but will that buy him enough time? He tries to escape, but they go for the chase. Kyle cannot get back to the base.
Falcons just delaying the inevitable. They bought but a minute of borrowed time. But it's Sonic time as ONiC reach match point.
Is for ONiC Philippines.
Well, would solve a lot of their rotations in the tempo. That would be annoying for the glue to deal with.
Yeah.
Thinking a little bit more maybe in the realms of the Valir and the Lilia. Max that range, but
Okay, so it's Kalido. Makikita natin dito, it's going to be back shot para kay King Kong and Lilia.
alright.
Against the glue. Perfect na sagot dyan. Oh, Flap, huwag ka na mahiya. Mag-Arlot ka na.
Yeah, just it covers a lot of ground.
Yeah.
And you need that extra bit of damage coming in from the R-Lot just to mess up ONiC. You're playing a lot of pressure on your Roman mid to really bridge for the Claude. Yeah, you need an EXP that deals damage.
Deals damage. Kasi ano ka na dito nag-friend rin ka na. So you cannot only depend on the Claude alone. Siguro kung gusto nilang mag-all-in doon kay Super Marco, if they want this glue to be in the EXP, isang room suggestion ko dito would be the Gord, the Gatot Kacha, para may konting depensa dito up against ONiC kung sakaling mag-full dive ang ONiC. Otherwise, I think yung Arlot is such a solid pick here for Falcons.
See if they're gonna lock in that R-Lot. Is it gonna be damaged? The glue go roam or EXP? And of course, it's the R-Lot. Close up the draft, and before we head in, are we gonna see a number 4, or is this gonna be ONiC sweeping it?
Yeah, Falcons are bringing us the throwback sa M5. So yes, mukhang gusto ko makita ang utility jungler role nito para sa kay Kyle.
So I'm feeling though, as a Falcons guy, ONiC might be closing the deal here, but let's ask
my
the super
God.
fans. Super fam! It's ONiC sweeping the series! Falcons Nest! It's Falcons forcing game number 4! Let's see what happens, casters! Let's go!
ONiC Philippines are hell-bent on making this Paquito work. That seems to be the story of this opener for day number 2 in the playoffs. Falcons are at the edge of dropping to the lower bracket.
Yeah, and it's the first time we're seeing a utility jungle for King Kong in this series. So they've changed it up a bit, but it still feels very comfortable for ONiC considering their performance so far.
Yeah, I really thought we'd see another lane ward game, honestly, the way that they would have drafted. But you know what? King Kong says, I can do anything. And we've been so good on the Baksha anyway in the past. Why not just make it so that we can use it to secure? Ooh, big flicker used on Ogwen.
The first 30 seconds of the game, they forced out a major resource out of Falcons Roamer. So we can say that because of ONiC's just momentum throughout. Oh wow, King Kong, this is trademark ONiC here, the Orange Gambit.
Yeah. So it's not an easy task for Falcons to just keep guarding their own side of the jungle, considering the pressure that ONiC's been putting towards their side. And look at how they've been managing the other parts of the map even while they do this.
Yeah, it's actually very well thought out of the way that they're handling the waves. A little bit of a freeze here as well by Super Friends, so you can get rid of these jungles and not get the full level 2 yet. It's immaculate.
There's a Vengeance that'll keep him safe there, but nowhere feels safe if you're Falcons. You already got a flicker forced out of you. But now Flap might just go in for the response. King Kong will be first blood this time for Falcons. A really good pickoff for them, but the flicker from Brusco gets to trade out Flap, and now they're on to Ogwen, and without a flicker, he'll use the spread to get away.
Okay, so a kill for a kill, but a little green stolen away by Falcons. Where does that put us?
Yeah, slowly I think we are going to be a bit more equal in that last exchange, especially that Falcons seem to be more hell-bent on making sure that the trades are a little bit more even this time around and not giving away too much to the laners.
Yeah, and that black shoes just now, you saw it from Super Friends, but it's still ONiC positioning themselves first in this turtle. Flap has a final slash though.
Kirk wants to get something done here on the side.
Yeah, oh, they're actually gonna go for Flap first. Now they're gonna try to burst him down, and they have enough damage to do so! Flap goes down, and the turtle goes over to ONiC as they find another kill on Kyle! Not the best start, or not the best way to turn things around after you've gotten such a great start.
One of the most honest and brutal collisions I've seen in an early game team fight like that. It started with Kirk and King Kong just diving onto Flap. Flap didn't even get the final slash.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it from a mile away as well. Brusco.
Okay, that Raging Sandstorm didn't hit max range. He will get punished right there by Falcons, so at least that's a kill over to their side.
Okay, could have sworn Gush would have stopped when he got out of range, but Haji had to flicker in.
Flicker in.
Good job.
Yeah, which actually will take a lot of people by surprise. One of the combos a lot of the Gord users are doing right now. Just throw out that ball and just, you're not expecting it. There's a Gord right in front of you.
Yeah, so far the way ONiC have been able to utilize the Baksha and Paquito together have been pressuring Falcons so much. You already somewhat expect the mid duo to do the same, but the fact that both Kirk and King Kong too have their own way of putting together this combo of such fast rotating and burst type fighters, they're actually really finding so many ways to deal with what Falcons want to do.
Okay, Marco and Savero just dueling. Falcons actually send Ogwen up to make sure that nothing goes wrong with Super Marco's early game ramp up. Looking at the items so far and the lead, again, this is palpable. 1,000 is real.
Yeah, very palpable, and I think at this point, especially if you have a Harith and a Lilia, you're gonna feel it a little bit more.
Whoa, Savero actually taking on Super Marco and Ogwen all alone. Nearly got to take him out, but there was a follow-up from King Kong. He used the retribution right there, but it was all worth it.
Drive-by takedown. 187 from King Kong. They're up almost 2,000 gold. Falcons are suffocating all across the map.
Yeah, that was a little ring by, hey, is my delivery ready? Is my order ready yet? I'm gonna just pick it up and go to the turtle.
Whatever we felt for Falcons in game number 1 seems to hold true right now! That's a final stat from Flap, Appraiser's Wrath, but Kyle, he seems like such a squishy target for ONiC. Now there goes the grab. They find King Kong, but that's King Kong! What can they do? Now Kirk trying to find Flap.
Flap's in trouble.
Flap slowed down, but uses the Vengeance plus the flicker, still survives, but barely! Another retribution kill by King Kong!
And he might live. Oh,
Yeah.
Haji does finish the job here, but it's all in vain. It's a consolation prize. ONiC are happy with how deep they forced Falcon to go.
I can't believe we've seen 2 retribution kills in a row.
That's right, King Kong is really utilizing the shield unity to get into position, just to get some of that damage in. And honestly, that could have been a kill already. That could have been reserved for this turtle. But right now, because King Kong's not here, it's going to be a Falcon's turtle. A little bit of a consolation prize, but honestly, it's not much.
Yeah, multiple times he just went for that drive-by. And that's a turret over to ONiC. Again, it's only been 5 minutes, but you could feel their presence all across the map.
This is sheer example of ONiC's micro just outweighing Falcon's propensity for a macro late game.
Yeah, final slash. Kirk will be safe. And look at them again, trying to go for Flap TZ down bottom. Back to Shield Unity, gonna be used on him. He doesn't have the final slash, and they know it. They're gonna go for the kill. There goes the Mystic Gush. Brusco isn't really able to cancel it out, but he still puts up an effort. Haji already very low. Now it's Ogwen all alone, isolated, up against 4. Does seem tanky enough. There goes the energy eruption. And they're taking so long just to find that kill. Fortunately, Falcons are able to withstand it, and they find one. And that's going to be Brusco.
Yeah, Ogwen has been an absolute punching bag here, but you know what? He's actually the one who stays alive. But while all of that is happening, while ONiC, or while Falcons trying to answer back, they already took the mid turret. That's huge.
At best, what Falcons are doing are delaying ONiC's payoff. But I'm still looking for a proactive move out of Falcons. Yes, Ogwen has been rope-a-doping, running circles around ONiC, but that's basically having really good cardio in an MMA match.
Doesn't really help.
I have all of the gas in me, but I can't knock you out. It's just gonna take a while.
You got great stamina, you don't really pack a punch.
Where is the punch gonna come from? I don't think Marco's gonna be ready anytime soon.
At least they're just able to really buy some time. But hopefully, while they do, they find things elsewhere. But we don't seem to see it just yet, because even in terms of turrets, everything's just standing tall for ONiC. They're not even able to deal damage to any of these tier 1 turrets for ONiC.
Yeah, but I kind of get it, right? Because Flap's just a non-factor in these fights. I mean, I think ONiC has cracked the code.
Oh! Okay, now they're gonna burst Kirk. That's one massive pickoff, but then the Raging Sandstorm from Brusco as a response to no follow-up damage, however, because Savero gets isolated by Ogwen, who yet again is doing so much for the Sonics right now, or the Falcons rather, but now Kyle is pushed back. He is nowhere within Retribution range, and it's ONiC who secure this objective yet again.
2 kills for the final turtle, still definitely momentum going over to ONiC. But a little bit of room on the map to breathe since 2 members are missing. Falcons gonna make some leeway.
That's a 3v5. That would be a big bonus if Falcons takes it. But you know what? The clear from Lilia and Savero close by just makes it so that Falcons just cannot break it.
Whoa, King Kong actually went for Super Marco right there. Kirk won't be able to catch up though. There goes the Mystic Gush. Doesn't have the shield unity to run away, but he'll be fine.
That was a long walk for a small glass of water there being thrown by Falcons. Not sure that's how that saying goes, but
I get it though.
but
Yeah,
you get it, right?
Get it.
They threw everything here, and King Kong is just the perfect tool to absorb all that.
It's a mile in my shoes for a lick of the lollipop. I didn't even get the whole candy. It's just like a left, and then we're back to regular programming. Still not a single tier 1 taken down.
Thank you for the backup. Leia's usually the good ones with the metaphor.
Yeah. And it seems like
Made
it's
sense.
something they could afford. ONiC didn't really lose anything, exactly as you mentioned. They still have map control. They still have all their turrets. And back to regular programming for them is the exact same spot where we see Falcons just being very hesitant to at least start things up. So where indeed is that proactivity that we're so used to seeing from Team Falcon?
Again, I kind of understand it because Flap's a little bit more vulnerable here since he got focused on so many times in the past few minutes. So maybe more hesitation because if Flap makes a bad move, that's -1 and they lose. Right? So there's no more engage.
I hate to say it, but he's literally just a final slash machine. That's it.
Yeah.
If some way, somehow he can let that off before dying, that's the best thing he's been doing for the past 10 minutes.
And the final slash machine finds one, but a flicker will actually save Kirk there. At least they don't have his flicker available, but they also lost Flaps.
I don't know if that's worth it, man. You're going to be needing that,
And the Mystic Gush, by the way.
of course, for this turtle, sorry, this Lord, and they don't have the tools.
It's gonna be ONiC bursting this down. Kyle and Flap will attempt to at least come close. But look, it's King
Flicker
Kong
in.
actually going in for the zone. Ogwen too, looking for a target. It's gonna be Savero all over again. But now they're gonna focus on the hero. Abracer's Wrath laid down. Black Shoe's still available. And Kyle will go down as ONiC secure the Lord and a kill on Super Marco.
3 for 1, but they take the Lord anyways. And now it's just Flap and Haji.
Haji's trying his best, but it's a shutdown from Super Friends. Final slap coming in from Flap. He will not get away. Savero's on a killing spree on this Harris.
5 from Falcons, flushed out of the map. ONiC, have a Lord. ONiC, take it all.
Again, the lack of the initiation factor with Falcons. Ogwen completely disconnected from the team. Really bit them hard in that last one.
Ogwen had a mission. It was to compromise Savero. I get that. But the math ain't mathing, fam. You want to attack Savero. It's clearly how ONiC has been winning all this time in Season 17, but did you see how much they put into Kirk and how Kirk still till the final moment survived?
Again, it's more on the Kirk and the King Kong connection that we see working so far in the team fights, because Savero was just more so assigned to take care of the Lord.
Is that a new KK? Wow, different breed here.
Well, at least for the Paquito.
Season 17, looking good. And now, of course, they're going to be able to repel this, but I think the damage has been done. I think more of the mental mind game.
Yeah.
ONiC has won that.
And I think it's a miracle that Falcons have kept all of their inhibitors and are keeping it close at 5,000 gold.
Okay, Brusco already in! Finds the Raging Sandstorm. Now he gets to zone out multiple members, but it's still not going to be enough to take that base turret. ONiC will respect.
Yeah, you know what? Despite that, Def, you see ONiC, they're smiling. I saw the player cams. They're all fine with that. They kind of know that's going to be like a little bit of a tax.
A little bit of oopsie.
They're going on a quick break.
Woo.
This gives us time to digest exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
It's understandable as to why the green half of the San Juan Arena is a little sullen. Because again, it's hard to hope, it's hard to smile when your team is down 5,000 gold, has pushed what? Did they get one turret at least? I don't know. I actually don't know. They barely have a turret, maybe.
If ever,
trapped in their base.
If there's a comeback, it's gonna be a long climb. I expect this to be a really, really long climb for Falcons, man.
And I don't think anyone really expected this outcome, like us being at match point for ONiC before 5 p.m. PH time. Because
4 p.m. Indo time.
4 p.m. Indo time.
For all the Indonesian fans watching, we know you're there. We see you.
12 noon Saudi time.
Wherever you are. Like this everything has happened too fast, way faster than we expected. We've already mentioned it in the six-man panel earlier too, that this was probably one of those series that could go all the way, but Falcons for some reason have been struggling against this momentum we're seeing from the Super Fam.
Yeah, what's happening is it's going all the way for ONiC.
Yeah,
that's the only all the way that's happening right now.
The Chop Master says it's go time, and it's time for Falcons to actually clean up. They have to make sure that all these waves crashing through top, mid, and bottom are cleared out. Not a single one. Oh my god, top lane doesn't even count.
Yeah.
That's close, but not really.
And when you see the state of these turrets right now, you're already looking at Kirk, right? You're already waiting for that split push moment.
Yeah.
You know he's just warming up. He's about to go top side while the rest of the team goes on the Lord, and the Falcons aren't really going to be able to do much about it.
And I don't think anyone from Falcons can do what Kirk does. Like Super Marco, but he's a much more...
Nah.
He's needed for the fight.
Yeah.
So that means Falcons only has two options. Entertain the fact that Kirk will do it and try to punish him.
Yeah.
Give the Lord over to ONiC. Or let Kirk do that, suffer the consequences, contest for the Lord, knowing it's a 4v5.
And the timing of that is very difficult. It's going to be very tight if they try to contest.
Yeah.
I don't know.
If you make the wrong decision at the wrong time, it's over.
Yeah, it's pretty much over. So Falcons really need to make a call right now. They see where King Kong and Brusco are. They also probably have an idea of where Kirk is gonna go. It's a far lane push first. But okay, King Kong seems to have something different in mind. Oh, he dodges the stun from the Dauntless Strike. Now it's going to be Flap that they're going to try and target. Vengeance already used. Savero finally committing the Salmon Force. They get out of range. And now Falcons might try to look for an opening.
Okay, did ONiC flub the engage? Is this a window of opportunity for Falcons? They're chasing Brusco out, and they still did not get the push on top.
Yeah, the only thing they got there was the flicker. Other than that, it's pretty much a very healthy Falcons. They also risked dying there.
But it's still a flicker. And they lost nothing apart from the Tortoise Basan.
Yo, they're blitzing.
Okay.
Where's King Kong?
Where's King Kong? Oh, he finds a target. Not within range, but it's Prince who finds the last hit on this objective. Black Shoes finally committed as well. Flap in the dangerous spot uses the final slash, but he gets slowed down. And Kirk might just be there to finish the job. Taking him down. Ogwen looking like the next target. Does find the grab, but will it be enough? Kyle trying to provide some help, but it it seems it's just gonna convert into 2 pickoffs for the side of Falcons.
And Ogwen, try as he may, will not finish off Savero. The heartbreak in San Juan Arena, that could have been Falcons' first Lord.
Yeah, I can see it from the green side, man. Everyone's just flabbergasted. How could this happen?
Yeah, because they were already able to hold down King Kong. But why is it so that Super Prince...
Hold up, did Kyle not retri?
No, that's a funny thing. King Kong was not in range, but it didn't matter. Super Prince got it, and Kyle was walking away while that was happening.
Oh, something we definitely have to revisit later on if that is indeed going to be the game-winning push. Kirk forcing out the flicker from Haji, also nearly bursting him down. Falcons still have a Lord to take care of, but ONiC seem to be taking it slow.
Falcons are clearing out well. Look at Kirk.
Yep. Kyle's already really low right now. That's the Zaman Force already used for Savero. Final Slash gets caught, but he's just able to dash out to safety. Flap is nowhere to be found. No Final Slash is available for Falcons. What could be the turnaround play? Not even the Mystic Gush might suffice. They even touch the Embracer's Wrath, and Super Prince finds Kyle. This just seems like ONiC slowly crawling towards victory, and that is what they will secure. This is the Super Fam walking their way towards the upper bracket finals.
ONiC Philippines have clipped Falcons' wings, sending them to the lower bracket. Not a single soul could have told you this was going to happen. Not like this. Not in a